Hello world. Today I am going to show you how to build a perfect four-sided pyramid and a perfect three-sided pyramid, in other words, a tetrahedron. In the case of the four-sided pyramid, we're looking at a pyramid where the base is 10 by 10 and each of the sides are perfect equilateral triangles, meaning all three sides of each of the triangles are also 10 inches. In the case of the tetrahedron or three-sided pyramid, there are four triangles, and all three sides of all four triangles are also 10 inches equilateral triangles. This is a very difficult task to do without using any math whatsoever. If you're not worried about the equilateral triangles being perfectly equilateral, meaning you're not looking for a perfect pyramid or a perfect tetrahedron, this task is actually fairly easy to do with SketchUp or AutoCAD or whatever 3D software you happen to be using. In this case, we want them to be equilateral triangles, and that's a very difficult task to do without math. So I'm going to show you the easy way to do these two shapes. First, we're going to need to build a tetrahedron. Whether you want the tetrahedron or the four-sided pyramid, you're going to need to build the tetrahedron first, and I'm going to show you how to do that first. So we start off with a cube. It doesn't matter how big the cube is because we're going to have to resize it eventually. I'm first starting off with this tool, the rectangle tool. I'm going to assume you don't know very much about SketchUp, but if you do, great. If you don't, this will help you still the same. So I'm going to grab the rectangle tool, just click randomly, it doesn't matter where. Click, start dragging out your rectangle square, and then in the bottom right down here, you'll see these numbers, and they change as you move the mouse. And what you're going to do is you don't have to click anything. When this thing's flexible like this, you can just start typing numbers. So I'm going to type 10, comma 10. What that means is I want the sides to be 10 inch by 10 inch. Perfect. And then I'm going to switch to the push-pull tool, and I'm going to click on my square, and I'm going to start dragging up, and as you can see in the bottom corner again, it's changing dimensions, meaning I can start typing. I'm going to type in 10, and there's my perfect cube. I'm going to click on here, and you can see that this is my perfect cube, and I'm going to grab the line tool, which is this little pencil right here, or if you just use your keyboard, you can just hit the letter L. Start on any of the corners, it doesn't really matter. Click, and then click on one corner, drag it to the opposite corner. Using that same first corner, drag it to the opposite corner down here. Click it to this corner. Then you're going to want to rotate the object, rotate the view using the center mouse button, the rotate scroll button on your mouse. You can just kind of pan like that, orbit around the object. Then you want to click the center point, there, there, and then you're going to want to rotate this one more time, like that. So just to make this easier to understand, what I basically did was I took this square, I started at any random corner, and I clicked, and I basically took each of these corners and I split the face in half, starting from this corner, then these three corners, and these three corners. What you don't want to see is any lines that are doing this, where it's split in this angle. You don't want that at all because then it won't turn out right. There you go. And there is your perfect tetrahedron inside of your cube. So to find it, you have to hit E, which is this eraser right here, and start erasing these corners. 1, 2, 3, and then flip it around, and 4. There's your 4 corners, and as you can see, there's already a perfect tetrahedron right there. What you want to do next is you are going to want to rotate. So I'm going to grab this rotate tool. Well, first you want to select the object. triple click on the object or just select it like that, highlight and pull it down, select it, then click rotate, start on one of these corners right here, and you want this thing to be blue, which means it's horizontal or it's parallel with the blue axis. Then you click, so if you click on one of these walls, it turns black. You don't want that. You want it to be blue. Click, and then click on the opposite corner, also on the bottom, and click. And then you're going to rotate until, as you can see, the tracing line, the tracking line, turns green between my cursor and the object. It turns green, which means it's horizontal with this green axis right here, which means there you can see it's perfectly parallel. Now, what you want to do, if you just want to have the tetrahedron, you don't care about the four-sided pyramid, you just want the three-sided pyramid, you can kind of skip ahead, but I'm going to show you. I'm just going to make a copy of this right now and hold that off to the side for later. So to continue on with the tetrahedron, next thing you're going to need to do is, while you still have the tetrahedron highlighted, you want to again click the rotate tool and then find the center, rotate the screen so that you can see the blue sky kind of horizontal with the screen. The reason you want that is because, as you can see, the rotating tool, it's blue, it turns black if you touch the object, but then as you hold it off to the sky, it turns green. So holding it off while it's green, you want to click the shift key, and all that does is it locks the rotating tool into the horizontal, into the green position. And that way it will hold it in place, and you can come here and click on this middle point. So if you zoom in, you can see that this bottom wedge right here in the middle point, it turns this little, you see the little blue circle in the middle. You want to click on that. Then it doesn't matter, you can let go of the shift key. After you've already clicked, you can let go of the shift key. Then you want to click on this point right here, and then you want to start rotating down until that line turns not pink. Right now you can see it's pink. You don't want it pink. You want it to be red. It kind of snaps into place when it turns red. And it says on red axis. And click, and there is your perfect pyramid. It's a little bit larger than you want it, so I'm going to show you how to make it back to the size you want. Originally, you take the line tool again, you take it over to where you see this green line, doesn't matter either one of these, pull it out a little bit without clicking. So you pull it out and you can see that it's from point, you're tracing the point, and you can see there's a little red line, dotted red line, which just means it's connected to that point. Then you click and you start drawing the actual line. And you can see in the bottom corner again, the size changes. You want the line to be green. If it's pulled off to the side, that means it's not parallel with the green axis. You want it parallel. So you can pull it there, and you can say 10, and then exit. So right now you have a line that's 10 inches. And as you can see right up here, it says it's 10 inches. And it's parallel with this corner. Now you want to take your object, and then you want to click the size tool, which is this one right here, the scale tool, or S on your keyboard. Click on this button right here. It should say green scale about opposite position point. And then you want to click it, start dragging, and hold shift at the same time. Let me try that again. So you click, and then as you can see, I'm not holding the mouse down right now. You just click it once, and then it'll start connecting. And then you hold, but you can see that it's kind of deforming the shape. So you want to hold shift, and then it makes it all uniform. And then you just want to move the mouse over to the point where the line, you see the line right here, right there. So once you click that, and as you can see, it's floating a little bit, but that doesn't matter too much because you can always reposition that in a minute. Then you want to erase that line, and as you can see up here, these lines are now 10 inches. all three of these are 10 inches. You can look at all the whole thing. The whole thing is 10 inches. And all four of these triangles are equilateral. Next, I'm going to go back to this one right here. I'm also going to make this 10 inches. So if you're looking to make a pyramid instead of the tetrahedron three-sided pyramid, again, you want to do this from point, click, 10 inches. So what you're basically doing is you're telling it, you're just creating a line so that you can measure later how big you want it. So you click on your scale tool, and then you again click on this one, start going, hold down shift, and lock it onto the end point of the line. You delete the line, and now that you have your pyramid, your three-sided pyramid tetrahedron on its corner, you want to take a line tool and start drawing your line. So draw it out. Again, you want it on the red axis, a red line, type in 10. Then on the green line, type in 10. It doesn't look like it's the same, but it is. Those are both 10 inches. And then again on the red line, 10. And as you can see, there's your perfect square. It's all filled in as soon as you make that third connection. And then you want to take the line tool and move it up to this corner. Take the other line tool, move it up to this corner, and take your eraser tool, get rid of these lines, and there is your perfect pyramid. If you're using a 3D software, in this case it's SketchUp, but you can see this triangle right here is gray, whereas the other three are white. It's because this triangle is the reverse face, because it was the front face of the tetrahedron, which you erased. But all you have to do is right click, reverse face, and now it's the same as the other three triangles. And there's your perfect pyramid. And as you can see, these are equilateral triangles. We're all three, and we're looking up in this corner right here. All three corners, all three edges are exactly 10 inches on all these sides. The bottom square is 10 inches. This whole thing is a 10 inch by 10 inch by 10 inch perfect pyramid and perfect tetrahedron pyramid. And from here you can rotate and change it to however big you want, whatever you like. But if you have any questions, go ahead and leave me a comment and I'll try and get back to you. Thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to upvote and subscribe. Have a great day.